I knew, and I think all of you knew, that at some point it was going to come to this, but oh, it is coming faster than I thought. I really should have planned that out a little bit better. But anyway, the judges, I guess, at the end of the day, are all that we have right now, with Trump in control of the White House, him having been elevated to the position of king or emperor by the Supreme Court, and then controlling the Senate and the House and all that. We knew it was going to come down to the courts, and already there's a lot of signs that they're ready to just break with hundreds of years of the way our system works, ignore the Constitution, ignore all of that, and just say, go F yourself to the judiciary. So we're gonna talk to you a little bit about how things accelerated over the weekend. So one of the things that's been angering MAGA is that a judge has halted the access of Elon Musk's little boy brigade to the Treasury. It says you can't just hand out access to this incredibly sensitive stuff to literally anybody you want without background checks, without security clearances, all of that. And the judge cited a risk of irreparable harm as access to such sensitive information heightens the risk of leaks. Oh, and by the way, one of his little boys apparently got fired from his job for leaking information from the company secrets basically. And so, a little bit of concern about that. Multiple of them have been involved with hacking in a variety of different contexts. So there's a lot of concerns about that. And the judge, Engelmayer in this case, ordered any such official who had been granted access to the system to destroy any and all copies of material downloaded from the Treasury Department's records and systems. He also restricted the Trump administration from granting access to special government employees. Now remember that last part. I know it's 3 whole words, but I think that you can remember all of it, although some people in our government are pretending that they cannot. And so not only are you blocked from getting access to it, but anything you've taken, you need to destroy. And therefore that's important, because if we find out that you didn't destroy it, then you're violating a court order. You could potentially be in some sort of legal jeopardy. And so Elon Musk, obviously he's a walking genius. He's an Einstein among us. So he was very rational in response to this, saying, a corrupt judge protecting corruption. He needs to be impeached now. So Elon Musk is pretending here to not see or understand what everybody sees and understand, which is this. It's insane. It's insane that he's got his little after school special group and he's given them access to all of our secret information, everything. So it has to be corruption that you stop all of these unvetted, unelected people from getting access to it. He needs to be impeached now. But I also want to read for you what he was responding to. Because Glenn Beck, he's still around, he said, let me see if I have this right. And spoiler alert, he does not. But he says, let me see if I have this right. The Treasury Secretary cannot access any data from the Treasury. Wow, who is afraid the secrets are coming out? Pause for 1 second. What secrets have come out? Have you seen any secrets? I mean, they got in there, they're doing God knows what. They're implying that all of this has unveiled all of this stuff. What? What exactly have they unveiled? Literally nothing. But anyway, this judge was not elected, nor was he given the mandate by the people. Oh, and Elon Musk was, I suppose. Enough is enough. So let's pause there for a second. Let me see if I have this right. The Treasury Secretary cannot access any data from the Treasury? No, you don't have that right. What are you talking about? Nothing about that order stops the Treasury Secretary or the actual people whose job it is to access these things. It literally only says, remember the 3 words? I said 3 words, special government employees. The Treasury Secretary is not a special government employee. It's Elon Musk and his little group of boys. That's it, they can't. And so why would Glenn Beck have to lie about this? Now, I don't want to rule out the possibility that he's literally so stupid and illiterate that he doesn't know what those 3 words are. But he is likely lying. Why do they need to lie to you about what the judge is doing to get you to think that they're being reasonable? Ask yourself that, MAGA. And so he goes farther. He says, Elon Musk, I'd like to propose that the worst 1% of appointed judges, as determined by elected bodies, or a Twitter poll or whatever, be fired every year. This will weed out the most corrupt and least competent. I would personally like to propose doing that with CEOs. Like if they don't show up to work for months at a time because they've got some other hobby that they're really into, I think you should probably fire them. But also the idea that the elected bodies would fire the most corrupt and least competent, again, Elon Musk is either the dumbest person in America or on the level of Donald Trump as one of the biggest liars around. Now, this is gonna get a lot worse in a minute. Let's focus here just on Elon Musk, JR. And so he's obviously frustrated because he wants to, run havoc and all over the place. But what do you make of what he's saying about the judges?
Well, it's continuation of what he feels is his takeover of the country. He can start saying whatever he wants about anyone he wants in whichever branch of government that he'd like to. I thought this guy's supposed to have something to do with like government efficiency. That stupid ass name for DOGE. But even with that, and suddenly he's calling for impeachments. He's calling for judges, which are part of a different branch, to be impeached and removed from office every year based off of whose decisions? To weed out the most corrupt and least competent. Who determines that? The same people that keep lying to you about what is it they're doing and what is actually going on, that have given you no evidence of all of this corruption that's happening, all this extra spending. And when the extra spending is shown to you, it's about things that we actually use these agencies and these departments for. But they've already got these folks that are all supporting them no matter what they say, nodding their heads and going, "That's right, Elon Musk." How soon before they start calling Elon Musk the Treasury Secretary? Because again, this is where this is going.
They're acting like it.
You don't have to act within normal reality to just say things. I say it every time, it's lazy politics. Before it was lazy campaigning, now it's lazy governing. Because they just say stuff and they know enough people go, "Yeah, that's what I thought it was," because they know that they've engulfed enough people that have no idea how anything works. And when someone explains it to them, their eyes gloss over and go, "That's not in 140 characters. I can't keep up with it anymore." So this is the approach. They found the dumbed down version of enough Americans that are willing to nod their heads and pay attention to the hateful things that they've all said. Because as long as the hate is there, they've got the energy to go ahead and endorse this guy to do whatever he wants to their money, to their lives, to their rights, to their freedoms. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. We have two good bits of news though. One, JR, your feed cleared up. Well, now it went again, but it was good while I wasn't talking. I think it's when I talk that it gets messed up. So that's good news number one. Your feed is gonna be okay. Good news number two, I came up with his lieutenant's boy band name. Okay, it's Incel. I think that we should make some t-shirts and send it. Branding is everything in this era. But anyway, we do have some good news on our side.